Hello everyone, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. Last time, I think we were jumping between sections over here, weren't we? Yeah, we were. And then at the end, I realised I'd left some stuff behind. A 6 and a 7. I guess we're going to try them now. Also, very important thing to note, I did ask the developers about... well, I think I just mentioned it on Discord and developers responded about the whole shadow being included in here. It does indeed zoom in on the table, as in it's literally... I was a bit confused actually when I was looking at this before. I was thinking this was part of the table, but no, that's the floor around the table and the table just stops there. I guess I found it odd that everything was perched like so close to the edge. Why would you leave all those nails like that right at the edge? But I thought that was part of the table, but no, that's the floor. That's the stone floor next to it. So yeah, you are literally seeing the shadows from here. I think what they were saying is that the puzzle itself, like this grid, like the table and the grid, or maybe just the grid, does have its own lighting so that it's visible in all situations. But then the background here, I think, is just the background from the environment, I believe, something like that. And the explanation for it was, because I was wondering, like, how did they... Like if I were implementing this game, I totally would have just been like, well, that's a different screen, right? And then I would just render this separately. And I was wondering how they came to this. And what it was is that originally they were planning to like have the camera like zoom in onto the thing. And so they wanted it to be like that you'd zoom into the puzzle and that would make it so you can then interact with the puzzle. But they couldn't find a way that didn't feel like jarring or whatever, and decided to just cut to that instead. And it does have the nice property of you get like the environment around the puzzle without having to like separately set up like different backgrounds for different puzzles in different areas. So yeah, I can see how it would have ended up like that. It's just surprising. Like all this rendering, I mean, obviously it won't be rendering stuff that's like outside of this space, but I don't know, it's just it's surprising that it's like that, but I can get how it did end up like that. Oh, there's a puzzle in there. There's a 4 in there. Okay, I guess we'll solve you. That's maybe a risky choice given that I also want to do some 6s and 7s, but we'll see how it goes. So 2x3 and a 4 long. Well, a 4 long has to go in here. And it at least has to, this is kind of like a nonogram logic. Oh, well, it at least has to cover that. So that's where I stopped there, because it could be there or it could be there. Okay, good. Nice. Now what? There's got to be something else like that. So here, this one can only ever be part of you. The 2x3. Because I can't have a 4 going that way, can't have a 4 going that way. So this is definitely going to be like this. That's you done. Then that is interesting about this bit actually, isn't it? Because if this sticks out this way at all, then we have a single space here, that we could put 4 in. Yeah, okay. I was thinking that would be bad, but no, we could put a 4 in there. Okay, then instead... Well, this can't be part of a 4 sticking upwards, because if it were, this would definitely not be solvable then. It can't be a 4 going that way, so this is definitely part of a 2x3. So then the question is, does it go that way or that way? If it goes up, once again, this is not solvable, so it goes this way. Cool. So that makes this definitely a 4, which makes this definitely a 4. Okay, it does go that way. I think, no, we got 4s in line here. I was going to say this then definitely has to be 2x3s, but that's not true. What about down here? Yeah, this has to be this. Cool. And then the same logic for that. And then here, we can probably just sort of divide up the rest, like just in terms of numbers. Because 4s could fit in here, but what would it mean for the rest? Well, I've just seen it. In imagining that, I've just seen exactly what the rest looks like. Let's try and do it logically, I guess. Where would be a good place to start for that? Well, okay, so this can't be a 2x3. No, it can. It can be a 2x3. In fact, it's going to be a 2x3. Is it? Hold on. No, it's not. It's not going to be a 2x3. But we're not going to use that information. I was going to say it can't be a 2x3 that way, which is true. But it could be a 2x3 that way. But if it is, then... if it's a 2x3 that way, this is me bifurcating though, which I don't love. Then this is up to be a 2x3, and then we won't be able to do these two, or it could be 2 4s. We've seen it. Let's just go with the eyeball solve. It's like this. It's fine. There's a lot of puzzles in this game. We need to make steady progress. Okay, 6. We're doing it. Okay, a 2x2 and a 3x3. So there's going to be a lot of like partial shading in 2x2s that could become 3x3s, I would guess. So for example, over here, we can't fit two 2x2s next to each other in this space. So this is going to be potentially 2 separate 3x3s or 1. Okay, and down here we've got a similar logic. This is going to be a 2x2 in some direction. If it's in that direction, then we're left with 4 over here, which could be filled in by 2x2s. Yep. Whoa, it's such an open grid. It's kind of scary. This can't be a 3x3 to here. It could be a 3x3 down and 3x3 up. It can't be to there. It could be to here, because we have 2x2s along the bottom. And it could be 2 separate ones. Yeah. But we have a... Like, this can't be a 3x3. It has to be 2x2s. But they may be the same, but they also may not be the same. Keeping that in my head is going to be tricky. But if they stick down, then we have these spaces along the bottom that we can't do. So they don't stick down. This is like this. Okay. I believe. Which means all the stuff along the bottom is 2x2s. But exactly how they join up, don't tell me the errors. It's work in progress. I mean, maybe it wants me to do that in a different way, but yeah, sometimes I guess I would like that to not show up, because it's like I'm just putting it in as notation, not as my actual answer. Although it is my answer. I guess it's curious because it's not my answer. The actual answer in a region division puzzle game is that you're putting borders in. That's your actual solution. The shading has got nothing to do with it. Anyway, so it's almost like it shouldn't say anything until the borders are in place, right? I wonder if that's an option. Are there options in this game? There are. Show errors. I mean, I could just turn the whole thing off, I guess. I don't think I want to turn the whole thing off. Okay, let's go back to it. So we know it's going to be a lot of 2x2s down here, but they could start here, so this would still be a 3x3. Right? Could do that. We know it can't be 3x3s at the very least. Could they be here? 2x2, 2x2? No, because then it would leave... sorry, no, it could. Because then that could be a 3x3. Can it be here? Yes, it can. It could be both of those things. Do we have a similar thing up here? Hold on, these are done. We can put that around them. There's a 4 wide gap here, so this has to be 2 2s. Okay. Oh, and the same here. Oh, and this has to be a 3. There's going to be something with this, obviously. Ooh. Is there some kind of like... Well, if you're sticking out that way, that pushes this one downwards, which pushes you to that side. But there's not really any problem with that. That's fine. Is there a problem the other way? If you're sticking out that way, you're sticking out that way, then that makes that a 3x3. That's also fine. I was thinking of this as like a windmill, which is appropriate because there is a windmill nearby. Maybe this being near these might affect things. Like if this sticks up. Wait, didn't we say it can't stick down to here? So it's either 2 separate ones, or it's a single... It's either 2 separate ones, or it's a single sticking up a little bit. Yeah, so this is definitely part of it. These still might be together though. But if that's the case, then we've got this space here that he's filling in. So this is definitely like this, I think. Yes. Okay. Next. That one doesn't necessarily have to do the same. It could stick the other direction. If this does continue up, do we have any issues? Not really. We could put a bunch of 2x2s in there. If it doesn't continue sticking up, then we have a 3 wide here. This would have to be 3. And it'd have to go like that, which is also fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hold on, if it doesn't go anywhere, then 3x3, and then these 2 spaces are empty. Does that have to go up in both those cases? As if it doesn't go anywhere. If it does go up one more, then we definitely have a 2x2 here and a 2x2 here, in which case you always go up, I think. Is that true? I guess I could do that the other way around. If you go down, if you were to go down, it would make it impossible. Oh, in fact, if you were to go down, this space would be unfillable. Yeah, there we go. That's the simpler logic there. So it's like that. In which case, this 3 goes this way. Cool, we're making progress. And then this has to be this. And this has to be this. And then this has to be this. Let me do shift click because it works better. Okay, that's good. Still, both arrangements of this could work. Like a 3 here, or this continues up and there's 2s here. I think we go over here now, because we've got a 4 wide bit, which means we can do this. And they only have 1 way to go. So that's definitely true. Definitely true. I hope. Okay, what else we got going on? Oh, okay, so because of this being here, this actually can't extend out that way. So this does go this way. In which case this has to be a 3 like that. Here we go. This is pushing us down here now. So this has to be this, 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 this. And because this is a 4, it has to be this. This is a 3, so it has to be this. Okay, this is all going to get resolved now, isn't it? Like that. I like when you get into a new mode of thinking due to a puzzle's rules. I'm spotting things very quickly because I'm almost thinking about the puzzle in a completely abstract or a more abstract way, where I'm not actually thinking about the grid anymore. I'm just thinking about the width of 2 and 3 and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, now it looks like it might get tricky here because we don't have any narrow gaps. So we basically have a bunch of situations where it's going to be well, I guess we can put stuff in like this. Oh, in fact, there we go. That's the thing here, how that affects that. Yes, and that's going to be true over here as well. So you are definitely that, and then you're definitely a 3. And then you're definitely a 3 because of that. This is cute. This is very cute. Look at that. Hey! Nice. Okay, that was a 6. Much easier than the first 6 I did. I think they're planning on changing the difficulties of the 6 and 7. I'm not sure if one of them's going up, one of them's going down, but yeah. My understanding is that that's going to change at some point. 7. I guess we might as well. L and T shape. Interesting. Well, these are going to have to go like this. This is going to have to go like this. It's going to have to go like that. It's going to have to go like that. So this has to be an L. But which way does it go? This has to be an L, but which way does it go? This could be an L or a T, but either way, it has to do that. This could be an L or a T. Is that true? Yeah, that was true. Here it's not true because it could go either way. And then the T would be like that. Same for this? No, not same for this. But yeah, same for this. It could go that way as well. There's various ways this one could go. This one should be similar to that one. L that way or that way, yeah. This one is either L that way or that way. Okay. So, what's next? So difficulty 7. So there's probably going to be some note-taking to do. Well, I suppose if you turn that way, in fact, that's quite simple. I don't even need the note taking for that. If that turns that way, then there's two spaces here that could never get filled in. So you don't turn that way, you turn this way, right? But you could still be a T like that, or you could be an L and that could be an L. Both of those would be fine. What about this situation? This is going to be an L of some sort, either that way or that way. If it goes this way, then there's nothing we can fit in here to go here, so it goes this way. And then this must be an L going that way. This feels like it's going to resolve itself quite easily. Maybe I've spoken too soon, but we'll see, I guess. So this point, this could go that way or that way. Both are fine because this can be a T shape like that. If it needs to be an L shape like that, that's all fine. Well, I guess at least that's true. But it could still go down or go that way. Okay, why now? Where now? Usually you can continue from where you were, but sometimes there are like kind of two break-ins that you need that come together. They're all L shapes so far, which is interesting. These are definitely L shapes. Are you definitely a T shape? No, you could be an L shape in this way. You definitely don't go that way. You could go that way. Well, okay, no, you have to go at least... No, you could go either this way or that way, one space. Or you might go two spaces that way. You might go down one. Okay. Feel like there's going to be some some kind of mathematical thing going on with fitting T shapes into these crosses in the middle, maybe. Or is there something I can say about these spaces? Not really. They could be L shapes, or they could be T shapes sticking into them like that, and like that, like that, and like that. These are all 4 pieces, so counting is not going to help here, is it? It's going to be divisible by 4 for sure. So maybe I can say something about this one. If that sticks upwards, what does that do up here? Oh, it makes it impossible. If that sticks up, then we can't put an L shape in there, we can't put a T shape in there. Okay, so this goes down. Okay. So then this has to be an L shape in either that direction or that direction. This has to be an L shape in that direction. Is this going to be our first T? I think it has to be an L shape going that way. Wouldn't be... Oh no, that would be fine. You could do a T shape here. Okay. However, if this points down, then this has to be a T shape and that has to be an L shape going that way. I mean, it definitely doesn't point up. So, oh, interesting. Oh, that's fun. Because I know that this doesn't go this way. This is another L shape like that. And then, uh-oh. Oh, this is not resolvable, is it? I've made a mistake somewhere, I guess. Have I made a subtle mistake very recently? Or... Because that forced that. Yes. Which forced that. Yes. Which is now forcing this, which I can't do because of this thing. So... Either... No, this can't be wrong. So then... Ooh. I mean... I never like figuring something out like this, but that implies that this has to go upwards, right? Because as soon as that's there, that is all forced. Unless I missed something about that. No, that seems true. That implies, okay, that would end, because when you do that and you end up hitting a dead end there, you're basically just doing a bifurcation accidentally. That implies that that's true. That implies that this is solvable. What? Oh, it is. I missed that. Yeah, you can put an L shape in there. Don't love that I bifurcated it though, so let's see if we can do something else. Yeah, whoops. Apologies. Okay, if this goes down, then this has to be an L shape this way. If it doesn't at all, if it is a T shape up there, then this would have to either be a T shape or an L shape upwards. There's something, like in all those cases, a few things are always together, right? This music reminds me of a track from the Lost soundtrack, the TV show Lost. Anyway. So regardless of like what happens here, like these two are always part of it, I think. It could extend this way and be an L shape. It could be a T shape. And that would go down, that would go that way, and that would go that way, and then this would be a T shape. Yeah. It's kind of funny that there was a kind of cute series of deductions there, but like it was actually a dead end. It wasn't part of the puzzle. Wait, I can do these corners. These have to be like this, and this has to be like this. In fact, that might be able to tell us something about here. I'm not convinced. Yeah, not convinced. Well, hold on. So this bit here. No, this could go up and that could come down. I actually can't remember how this resolves after my dead end, so I'm kind of glad. I'm glad that I've forgotten, because I'm basically having to do it from scratch. So if that doesn't go up, then who fills this in? It could be an L shape like that, I guess. Then you'd go up, and then you'd be an L shape like that, you'd be a T shape, etc. I feel like this isn't going to take too long. Unless there's some, like, big thing I have to realize here. Which maybe there is. How to make progress here. Well, I know that leads to a dead end if that goes down. I mean, maybe that is, like, it's not too deep of a deduction, or like a bifurcation, right? It's like that leads to a situation where these all end up propagating L shapes and bumping into here. That is true, right? That goes to there, that goes to there, yeah. Maybe that is the deduction that's intended, and I just accidentally did it as like an attempt. I'm gonna accept that that's fine for a deduction. That means this goes this way and that way. That means you are a T-shape. That means you do that. That means this. Which then means what? If that goes up, there's a problem. So you go this way. That's an L shape that way. And then this has to be true, so that means that has to be an L shape going that way, that has to be an L shape going that way, L shape that way. This has to be a T shape. I think this is basically done now, right? T shape. If I haven't missed anything, I think I've missed something. I've messed something up again. Hold on. I think I was going too fast then. Where did I get to? Let's get back to here. Or earlier. Back to here. Yeah, you can be an L shape that way. Okay, yep, I'm messing things up. This is hard to see things sometimes. What's a good thing to do? So this could be an L shape like that, which is what I did, right? That is what I did. But it could also be an L shape like that. So what I do know, no. Basically, I put this in as like, these three have to be connected, but like, not necessarily because of this. In fact, have there been points where I've done that before? No. Yes. Oh, it's because of this. This bit sticking down here means that isn't like I can't guarantee that those three are connected. Whereas here I could guarantee that because there's no bit sticking down here, and no bit sticking out here. Okay. So regardless of well, yeah, regardless of whether this is a T or an L going that way or an L going that way, L that way. This has to be an L like that. These two are connected. T, these two are connected. L going that way, these two are connected. So that is true. I think. I hope. Maybe. But they may go down, they may go up. How do I make progress here? La, 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 la. There might be something where like something gets pushed around the outside of here. Like if this sticks up, that's to stick that way. That's to stick that way. That's to stick that way. This bit was like still fairly ambiguous though. Still like still open. Where do I go from here? If you're a T shape like this L shape, this has to be an L shape sticking out like that. And this has to be an L shape sticking either that way or that way, but there's no problems with any of that. Really, I don't think. It feels like you could definitely, like, it's a small enough space now that you could just trial and error it, but I'm gonna not do that. I'm not gonna give in to temptation. If this goes upwards, then you're a T-shape like that. Oh, we did that before. If this is an L shape that way, then this is an L shape that way. At least that an L shape that way. It's like going too deep. It's far too deep. There's going to be something in the middle here, of course, but is it part of you or is it not part of you? If it's not part of you, I mean, it could be part of many L's or T shapes. And this L could go that way or that way. Wait, this can't be a T shape. If this were a T shape, then this cell could never be filled in. So if you can't be a T shape, you either go that way or you go that way. So either these are like both empty both don't have this in or both do have this in. Okay, that's interesting actually. If these are both empty, then you're not filling them both, so you are. But they're both filled, then you don't need to fill them both. So this goes this way. I hope that was true. Which means that and that, right? Which means this. Which means this. Please. This is one of those situations where I can fill that in. This has to go to here, therefore it's not part of you. You go down. This looks right. Yay! I think I made a good deduction. Hooray! Neat. Cool. The timing actually worked out pretty well. We'll leave that there, folks. I think we've finished off that area. Unless there's another little hidden one somewhere. They do hide them very well. I hope there's something at some point that helps you find the ones that you haven't found. Is there anything down there? It's like a little island below. Not really an island, is it? Alright, cool. I'll see you next time, folks, and we'll get back to this section up here. I'm not sure which one we'll pick, but we'll pick one of them and focus on it, I think. Alright, see you then. Goodbye.